Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to explore a powerful truth about manifestation, the notion that you don't need to struggle or exert excessive effort to bring your desires into reality. Instead, it's about recognizing that everything you want is already yours in the realm of thought and belief. Manifestation is a concept often shrouded in misunderstanding, especially regarding the role of effort and struggle. At its core, manifestation is about bringing into reality what already exists in the realm of thought and belief. To grasp this fully, it's crucial to understand that manifestation isn't about relentless pursuit or strenuous effort. Instead, it involves aligning yourself with a reality that is already present in a non-physical dimension. When we talk about manifestation, we are referring to the process of making something that exists in your mental and emotional world become tangible in your physical life. This process is inherently tied to your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings. Rather than viewing manifestation as a laborious task that requires immense effort, it's more accurate to see it as a natural alignment with your inherent desires and goals. The first key to understanding manifestation is recognizing that it's not about exerting excessive effort to achieve your desires. The universe operates on principles of energy and frequency. What you desire exists as a possibility within the vast spectrum of potential outcomes. Your role in this process is not to force or struggle, but to resonate with the frequency of what you want. When you align with this frequency, you naturally attract the experiences and opportunities that match it. Imagine a radio tuning into a specific station. When the dial is correctly set to the desired frequency, the station's content becomes clear and distinct. If the dial is off, the signal is weak or unclear. Manifestation works similarly. Your thoughts and feelings act as the dial, tuning into the frequency of your desires. When you are in harmony with this frequency, your desires come into focus and become more accessible. This process does not require you to try hard. It requires you to tune in accurately. This understanding shifts the focus from the struggle and effort often associated with achieving goals to a more fluid and harmonious approach. The struggle typically arises from a sense of lack or insufficiency, where one feels that effort must be proportional to the desired outcome. In contrast, manifestation is about recognizing and aligning with the abundance that already exists. One common misconception is that manifestation requires a constant and intense focus on the goal. While clarity and focus are important, they should not be confused with effortful striving. The energy you invest should come from a place of certainty and ease, not from a sense of desperation or neediness. When you approach your desires from a place of certainty, you are effectively telling the universe that you are ready to receive. This readiness is about accepting and believing that what you desire is already on its way to you, rather than trying to force it into existence. Another crucial aspect is understanding that effort can sometimes create resistance. When you push too hard for something, you may inadvertently introduce stress or anxiety, which disrupts the flow of manifestation. The act of trying hard can be counterproductive if it comes from a place of doubt or impatience. Instead, a more effective approach is to maintain a sense of relaxed anticipation and confidence. Trust that the universe is responding to your alignment rather than your effort. By acknowledging that your desires already exist beyond the physical, you shift your mindset from one of striving to one of acceptance. This acceptance means recognizing that everything you need is already within reach, and that your task is to align with it rather than chase after it. This shift in perspective can transform your experience of manifestation from one of struggle to one of ease and fulfillment. The essence of manifestation is about resonance and alignment, not effort and struggle. It's about tuning into the frequency of your desires and allowing them to come to you naturally. By understanding and embracing this concept, you can approach manifestation with a sense of ease and confidence, knowing that what you seek is already within your grasp. Believing in abundance is a fundamental principle in the process of manifestation. The concept of abundance transcends mere material wealth. It encompasses a deep understanding that there is more than enough of everything: love, opportunities, joy, and resources available to everyone. This belief is pivotal because it shifts your perception from one of limitation to one of endless possibilities. When we talk about abundance, we're referring to an underlying principle that the universe operates on a scale of infinite potential. This principle suggests that everything you desire is already available in the grand spectrum of possibilities. Your task is not to create or strive for this abundance, but to align yourself with it and allow it to flow into your life. This perspective moves away from the traditional notion that effort and struggle are required to achieve one's goals. Believing in abundance involves fundamentally changing how you view your circumstances and your capacity to receive. It's about moving from a mindset of scarcity, where you feel limited and constrained, to one of expansion and openness. This shift is essential because what you believe directly impacts what you attract into your life. If you believe in scarcity, you may find yourself constantly striving for what you lack, creating a cycle of frustration and unfulfilled desires. Conversely, when you believe in abundance, you open yourself up to receiving more, trusting that the universe can and will provide. One way to cultivate a belief in abundance is to practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you already have, reinforcing the idea that your life is already full of blessings. By consistently acknowledging and appreciating what is present in your life, you train your mind to recognize and expect more of the same. This practice helps to build a foundation of abundance, making it easier for you to align with and attract additional positive experiences. Another important aspect of believing in abundance is to overcome limiting beliefs and mental blocks that hinder your ability to receive. Often, these beliefs are deeply ingrained and stem from past experiences or societal conditioning that suggests there are limits to what you can achieve or receive. To counteract these beliefs, it's essential to engage in self-reflection and challenge any thoughts that perpetuate a scarcity mindset. By addressing and reprogramming these limiting beliefs, you create a mental environment that is conducive to attracting abundance. It's also valuable to surround yourself with positive influences and environments that reinforce the idea of abundance. And engaging with people who share an abundance mindset and immersing yourself in uplifting and supportive environments can help to strengthen your own beliefs. When you're surrounded by positivity and encouragement, it becomes easier to maintain a belief in the endless possibilities available to you. Your belief in abundance also involves recognizing and embracing the idea that you are inherently worthy of receiving. Sometimes, people struggle with accepting abundance because they feel unworthy or undeserving. It's crucial to affirm and internalize that you deserve to receive everything you desire. This sense of worthiness is integral to manifesting abundance as it aligns your self-perception with the reality of limitless possibilities. Understanding that abundance is a universal principle that applies to everyone can help to alleviate feelings of competition or jealousy. When you see someone else achieving or receiving what you desire, instead of feeling envious, recognize that their success is a reflection of the abundance available to all. This shift in perspective allows you to celebrate others' successes as proof that abundance is real and accessible, rather than as a sign of scarcity. Finally, cultivating a belief in abundance requires patience and persistence. It's important to remember that shifting your mindset is a gradual process. There might be moments of doubt or setbacks, but maintaining a steadfast belief in abundance will eventually lead to a more profound and lasting alignment with your desires. The key is to remain committed to the practice of believing in abundance and to continue reinforcing this belief through your thoughts, actions, and interactions. By deeply embracing the concept of abundance, you open yourself to a greater flow of positive experiences and opportunities. This belief serves as a foundation for effective manifestation, allowing you to attract and receive what you desire with greater ease and confidence. Aligning with your desires is a pivotal aspect of successful manifestation, and it involves harmonizing your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you wish to create. This alignment is less about forcing or struggling to achieve your goals and more about creating a resonance with what you already envision as part of your reality. When we speak of aligning with your desires, We are essentially talking about being in sync with the frequency of your goals. Everything in the universe vibrates at a specific frequency, including your desires. To manifest effectively, you need to match your own frequency to that of your desires. This means cultivating a mental and emotional state that is congruent with the outcome you wish to experience. When your internal state aligns with your desired reality, you naturally draw those experiences into your life. The first step in this alignment process is clarity. Clearly defining what you want helps to set a precise target for your thoughts and emotions. When your goals are well defined, your mind can focus its energy more effectively. This clarity allows you to concentrate on the specific feelings and experiences associated with your desired outcome, making it easier to align with them. For instance, if you desire a new job, your focus should be on the feelings of success, fulfillment, and joy that come with that position, rather than the job search process itself. Visualization plays a crucial role in this alignment. By regularly visualizing your desired outcome, you create a vivid mental picture of what it feels like to achieve your goals. This practice helps to anchor your desires in your subconscious mind, making them more tangible and real. Visualization not only involves imagining the result, but also immersing yourself in the emotions and sensations associated with it. The more real you make the experience in your mind, the more aligned you become with its actualization. Emotional alignment is equally important. Emotions are powerful indicators of your alignment with your desires. When you feel positive emotions such as excitement, joy, and gratitude, you are resonating with the frequency of your goals. Conversely, negative emotions like doubt, fear, or frustration can signal misalignment and create resistance. To maintain alignment, it's essential to address and transform any negative emotions or limiting beliefs that arise. Techniques such as affirmations, meditation, or cognitive reframing can help shift your emotional state to one that supports your desires. Behavioral alignment involves taking actions that are consistent with your goals. While manifestation is not solely about action, the actions you take should reflect your alignment with your desires. This means engaging in activities that are in harmony with the reality you want to create. For example, if you aspire to be a successful author, you should spend time writing, reading, and engaging with the writing community. These actions reinforce your commitment to your goals and signal to the universe that you are ready to receive what you desire. Another key aspect of alignment is maintaining a state of receptivity. Being open to receiving what you want is crucial for manifestation. This involves letting go of resistance and allowing yourself to accept opportunities and resources that come your way. Receptivity is about being open to the signs and synchronicities that guide you toward your desires. When you stay open and responsive to these cues, you align more closely with the flow of your goals. Consistency in maintaining your alignment is vital. It's not enough to align with your desires sporadically. Consistent alignment strengthens your manifestation power. This involves regularly practicing visualization, affirmations, and maintaining a positive emotional state. Consistency helps to reinforce your commitment and keeps your desires at the forefront of your mind. Alignment requires patience and trust in the process. Manifestation often takes time, and there may be periods when it seems like progress is slow. Trusting that your alignment efforts are working and that your desires are on their way is crucial. Maintaining faith and staying aligned, even during challenging times, ensures that you remain in harmony with your goals and open to receiving them. Aligning with your desires involves harmonizing your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the frequency of your goals. It requires clarity, visualization, emotional alignment, consistent action, receptivity, and trust in the process. By integrating these elements, you create a powerful resonance with your desires, making it easier to manifest them into your reality. Imagination is a critical tool in the process of manifestation, serving as a bridge between the abstract realm of desire and the tangible world of reality. The power of imagination lies in its ability to vividly picture and emotionally experience the outcomes you wish to achieve, thus making them more attainable and real. This process is not merely about daydreaming, it involves a deliberate and focused use of your mental faculties to create and solidify the reality you wish to manifest. To fully understand the role of imagination in manifestation, it's essential to recognize that your mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you immerse yourself in a detailed mental picture of your desired outcome, your subconscious mind begins to accept this image as a real and attainable possibility. This acceptance, in turn, influences your thoughts, behaviors, and interactions in ways that align with the realization of your desires. Visualization is the practice of using your imagination to create a clear and detailed mental image of your goals. This technique involves more than just a fleeting thought. It requires a focused and immersive experience where you see, feel, and emotionally engage with your desired outcome. For example, if you wish to manifest a successful career, you would visualize yourself in that role, feeling the emotions associated with success, such as pride, fulfillment, and joy. This vivid engagement helps to embed the reality of your desire into your subconscious mind, setting the stage for it to manifest in your external world. The effectiveness of visualization is enhanced when you incorporate as many senses as possible. Imagine not only what you see, but also what you hear, smell, and feel in your mental rehearsal. For instance, if you're visualizing yourself giving a successful presentation, include the sound of applause, the texture of the presentation materials, and the visual details of the setting. The more sensory details you include, the more real the experience becomes to your subconscious mind. Imagination also helps to overcome limiting beliefs and fears that might obstruct your path to manifestation. By vividly imagining your success and repeatedly experiencing the positive emotions associated with it, you challenge and reframe any doubts or negative thoughts. This mental rehearsal creates a strong positive association with your desired outcome, gradually replacing any limiting beliefs with empowering ones. In addition to visualization, creative imagination can be used to brainstorm and explore different paths to your goals. This process involves thinking outside the box and considering various possibilities and opportunities that align with your desires. For instance, if you're seeking a new job, use your imagination to explore different industries, roles, and work environments that excite you. This creative exploration can provide insights and inspiration that might not have been apparent through conventional thinking alone. It's important to practice regular and consistent use of your imagination. Like any skill, the more you exercise your imaginative faculties, the stronger and more effective they become. Set aside dedicated time each day to engage in visualization exercises and mental rehearsals. This practice helps to maintain a clear focus on your goals and reinforces your commitment to achieving them. One effective way to enhance your imaginative practice is to create vision boards or use other visual aids. Vision boards are physical representations of your goals, including images, words, and symbols that represent your desires. By regularly viewing and interacting with these visual aids, you reinforce the images and feelings associated with your goals, keeping them present in your subconscious mind. Journaling can be a powerful tool for engaging your imagination. Writing about your goals as if they have already been achieved allows you to explore and solidify the details of your desired outcome. This process helps to clarify your vision and strengthen your emotional connection to it. Imagination also plays a role in maintaining motivation and enthusiasm. When you consistently engage with your desired outcomes through mental imagery, you keep the excitement and passion alive. This sustained enthusiasm fuels your efforts and helps to overcome any obstacles or challenges that may arise. The power of imagination in manifestation lies in its ability to create a clear, vivid, and emotionally charged vision of your goals. By consistently practicing visualization, exploring creative possibilities, and using visual aids and journaling, you strengthen your alignment with your desires and pave the way for their realization. Imagination transforms abstract desires into tangible realities, making the manifestation process more accessible and effective. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial in the manifestation process because it directly influences how effectively you attract and receive what you desire. A positive mindset acts as a powerful catalyst, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals. When you approach manifestation with positivity, you create a fertile environment for your desires to flourish. This mindset is not just about surface level optimism, but involves a deep, seated belief in the potential for good and a proactive attitude toward overcoming challenges. A positive mindset begins with cultivating an optimistic outlook on life. This involves focusing on what is going well rather dwelling on difficulties or setbacks. By shifting your attention to the positive aspects of your life and your goals, you train your mind to operate from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. This shift in focus helps to maintain your motivation and energy levels, making it easier to stay aligned with your desires. One effective strategy for fostering a positive mindset is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude helps to shift your perspective from what you lack to what you already have. Regularly acknowledging and appreciating the good things in your life reinforces the belief there is always something to be thankful for. This practice not only enhances your mood, but also creates a positive emotional state that supports the manifestation of your goals. By consistently focusing on gratitude, you reinforce a mindset of abundance and possibility. Another important aspect of maintaining a positive mindset is the management of negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. Negative self-talk can undermine your confidence and create a barrier to achieving your goals. It's essential to recognize and address these self-limiting thoughts by replacing them with positive affirmations and empowering beliefs. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never be able to achieve this," counteract it with affirmations like, "I am capable of achieving my goals and deserve success." This process helps to reprogram your subconscious mind and aligns your thoughts with a positive, goal-oriented mindset. Visualization techniques are also integral to maintaining a positive mindset. By regularly visualizing your desired outcomes and immersing yourself in the positive emotions associated with achieving them, you reinforce a positive mental and emotional state. This practice not only clarifies your goals, but also helps to create a strong emotional connection to them. When you consistently visualize your success, you cultivate a sense of certainty and enthusiasm, which supports your overall positivity and alignment with your desires. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another effective way to maintain a positive mindset. The people you interact with, the content you consume, and the environments you engage in all impact your mental and emotional state. Being around supportive and optimistic individuals can boost your own positivity and provide encouragement. Additionally, consuming uplifting content such as motivational books, podcasts, or videos can reinforce a positive outlook and inspire you to stay focused on your goals. It's also important to practice self-care and maintain a balanced lifestyle. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being supports a positive mindset by reducing stress and promoting overall health. Regular exercise, a nutritious diet, adequate sleep, and relaxation techniques all contribute to a positive and resilient mindset. By prioritizing self-care, you ensure that you have the energy and emotional stability needed to stay aligned with your goals. Handling setbacks and challenges with a positive attitude is another crucial aspect of maintaining a positive mindset. It's natural to encounter obstacles on the path to achieving your goals, but how you respond to these challenges can make a significant difference. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Adopting a problem-solving mindset and focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on difficulties helps to maintain your positivity and momentum. Maintaining a positive mindset is about cultivating an unwavering belief in your ability to achieve your goals and a proactive approach to overcoming challenges. By practicing gratitude, managing negative self-talk, visualizing success, surrounding yourself with positive influences, prioritizing self-care, and handling setbacks constructively, you create a supportive mental environment that enhances your manifestation efforts. A positive mindset not only aligns your thoughts and emotions with your desires, but also fuels your actions and persistence, making it a key component in the successful realization of your goals. The concept of letting go of attachment to outcomes is fundamental to the manifestation process. as it involves balancing the desire for a specific result with the ability to release control over how and when it materializes. This principle is about trusting the natural flow of events and maintaining a state of openness and receptivity to what the universe has in store for you. It is an essential component because attachment to outcomes can create resistance and impede the manifestation process, while letting go allows you to align more seamlessly with your desires. When you are overly attached to a specific outcome, you may inadvertently create resistance. This attachment often stems from a sense of urgency or desperation, which can lead to a focus on lack and a heightened emotional state of anxiety or frustration. This mindset is counterproductive to manifestation because it creates a disconnect between your desires and your ability to receive them. Attachment often implies a lack of trust in the process, which can hinder the natural flow of abundance and opportunities. To release attachment, it's important to cultivate a mindset of trust and faith in the manifestation process. This involves understanding and accepting that the timing and method of achieving your desires may not always align with your initial expectations. Trusting that the universe is working in your favor and that everything will unfold in the best possible way helps to reduce anxiety and resistance. By relinquishing the need to control every aspect of the outcome, you allow space for the universe to work its magic and bring your desires to fruition in ways you might not have anticipated. One effective way to practice letting go is through mindfulness and presence. When you focus on the present moment and engage fully with your current experiences, you reduce the fixation on the future and the specific outcomes you desire. Mindfulness helps you to detach from the constant mental chatter about how and when your desires will manifest, allowing you to experience a greater sense of peace and contentment. By grounding yourself in the present, you maintain a positive and receptive attitude that supports the manifestation process. Another approach to releasing attachment is to practice detachment through active relaxation techniques. Engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, such as meditation, yoga, or creative pursuits, can help shift your focus away from the obsessive pursuit of outcomes. These activities not only provide a break from the pressure of achieving your goals, but also help to align your energy with a state of ease and openness. This relaxed state is conducive to manifestation, as it allows you to maintain a positive and receptive mindset without being bogged down by stress or tension. Affirmations and positive self-talk can also support the process of letting go. Repeating affirmations that reinforce your trust in the manifestation process and your ability to receive what you desire helps to shift your focus from attachment to acceptance. For example, affirmations such as, "I trust that everything is unfolding perfectly," or "I am open to receiving my desires in unexpected ways," can help cultivate a mindset of trust and reduce the need for control. It's important to remember that letting go of attachment does not mean giving up on your goals or desires. Instead, it involves shifting your approach from a rigid attachment to a flexible, open-minded attitude. You can continue to take inspired actions toward your goals while maintaining a sense of detachment from the specific outcome. This balance allows you to remain engaged with your desires without becoming overwhelmed by the need for a particular result. Understanding that the manifestation process is dynamic and ever-evolving can also aid in releasing attachment. The journey toward your desires may involve twists and turns, and the ultimate outcome may differ from what you initially envisioned. Embracing the fluidity of the process and being open to unexpected opportunities helps you to stay aligned with your desires while allowing for natural adjustments and improvements along the way. Letting go of attachment to outcomes is about fostering a sense of trust, openness, and receptivity. By focusing on the present moment, engaging in relaxation techniques, using affirmations, and embracing the dynamic nature of the manifestation process, you create a conducive environment for your desires to materialize. This approach not only reduces resistance and anxiety, but also enhances your ability to receive and enjoy the manifestations that come your way. Staying focused on your goals while maintaining a sense of openness to unexpected opportunities is essential in the manifestation process. This balance ensures that you are aligned with your desires, actively pursuing them, yet also receptive to new possibilities that may arise. Focusing on your goals provides direction and purpose, while openness allows you to adapt and benefit from unforeseen opportunities that align with your overall vision. Maintaining focus on your goals involves setting clear, specific objectives and consistently working toward them. This clarity helps direct your thoughts, actions, and energy toward achieving your desired outcomes. By having well-defined goals, you create a roadmap that guides your efforts and decisions. This focused approach helps to prevent distractions and ensures that your actions are aligned with your ultimate objectives. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your goals can also help to keep your efforts on track, ensuring that you remain committed and motivated. An exclusive focus on a narrow set of goals can sometimes lead to rigidity, preventing you from recognizing or seizing opportunities that fall outside of your initial plan. This is where the concept of openness becomes crucial. Openness involves cultivating a flexible mindset that allows you to adapt to new information, circumstances, and opportunities. It means being willing to explore alternatives and consider possibilities that you may not have initially anticipated. This flexibility can be incredibly beneficial as it enables you to take advantage of serendipitous events or unexpected pathways that might enhance or complement your goals. One practical way to maintain focus while staying open to opportunities is to develop a practice of regular reflection and assessment. By periodically reviewing your progress and evaluating the effectiveness of your strategies, you can identify areas where you might benefit from a shift in approach or new opportunities. This reflective practice helps you to stay aligned with your goals while also remaining open to adjustments or enhancements that might arise. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine can also support this balance. Mindfulness helps you to stay present and aware of your current experiences, which is essential for recognizing and responding to new opportunities. When you are fully present, you are more likely to notice subtle signs or synchronicities that may lead to beneficial outcomes. Mindfulness also helps to reduce stress and maintain a clear, calm mindset, which enhances your ability to make thoughtful decisions and respond to unexpected opportunities. Working and building relationships with others can further support your ability to stay open to new opportunities. Engaging with a diverse group of people can provide valuable insights, resources, and connections that you may not have encountered otherwise. Networking expands your perspective and exposes you to different viewpoints and ideas, which can help you to recognize and seize opportunities that align with your goals. By cultivating genuine relationships and staying open to collaboration, you create a supportive network that can offer guidance and support in your manifestation journey. It's also important to cultivate a mindset of curiosity and exploration. Approach your goals with a sense of curiosity about how they might unfold and be willing to experiment with different approaches. This exploratory attitude helps to keep your efforts dynamic and responsive to new information or opportunities. Being curious about how your goals can manifest in various ways allows you to remain flexible and adaptable, which enhances your ability to achieve your objectives while embracing unexpected possibilities. Balancing focus with openness requires a willingness to trust the process and a faith that the universe is guiding you toward your desires in the most effective way. Trusting that there are multiple paths to achieving your goals helps you to remain open to unexpected opportunities and reduces the need for rigid control. This trust also fosters a positive and receptive mindset, which supports the manifestation process by keeping you aligned with your desires and open to receiving them in the most beneficial way. In summary, staying focused on your goals while maintaining openness to unexpected opportunities involves setting clear objectives, regularly reflecting on your progress, incorporating mindfulness, networking, and cultivating curiosity. This balance ensures that you are actively working toward your goals while also being receptive to new possibilities that may enhance or complement your vision. By integrating these practices, you create a dynamic and flexible approach to manifestation, allowing you to achieve your goals while benefiting from the serendipitous opportunities that arise along the way. The journey of manifestation is a delicate dance between focused intention and open receptivity. It begins with the powerful tool of imagination, which allows you to vividly picture and emotionally experience your desired outcomes. By engaging deeply with your goals through visualization and creative exploration, you align your subconscious mind with your aspirations, making them more attainable. Maintaining a positive mindset is crucial throughout this process. Embracing an optimistic outlook, practicing gratitude, and managing negative self-talk helps to create a supportive mental environment that fosters the realization of your desires. A positive mindset not only enhances your motivation, but also aligns your energy with the manifestation process, making it easier to attract and receive what you want. Equally important is the practice of letting go of attachment to specific outcomes. By releasing control over how and when your desires will materialize, you allow the universe to work its magic and bring forth opportunities in ways you might not have anticipated. This sense of trust and openness helps to reduce resistance and creates a more fluid and receptive environment for manifestation. Balancing focus with openness is essential for navigating the manifestation journey. Staying committed to your goals while remaining open to unexpected opportunities allows you to adapt and benefit from new possibilities. This balance ensures that you are actively pursuing your desires while also embracing the dynamic and ever-evolving nature of the process. In essence, successful manifestation involves a harmonious blend of imagination, positivity, trust, and flexibility. By harnessing these elements, you create a powerful foundation for achieving your goals and welcoming the abundance that life has to offer. The journey is not just about achieving specific outcomes, but also about cultivating a mindset and approach that supports continual growth and fulfillment. Embrace the process with enthusiasm and trust that everything is unfolding in alignment with your highest good. The topic of our discourse is both simple and revolutionary. It's time to focus, conquer your mind. But I assure you, what we are about to explore goes far beyond mere concentration or mental discipline. We are delving into the very essence of reality itself. You see, my dear friends, your mind is not just a tool for processing information or solving problems. It is the very foundation of your reality. It is the canvas upon which the entire drama of your life unfolds. And it is time, yes, it is high time that you recognize this power and learn to wield it with intention and purpose. Now, when I speak of focus, I'm not referring to the strained attention that you might apply to a difficult task. No, the focus I speak of is a state of being, a deliberate directing of your consciousness towards that which you desire to make manifest in your world. It is the art of seeing your desires accomplished, of living in the end result, of experiencing now what you wish to experience and what you perceive as the future. This focus, this conquering of the mind, is the key to unlocking the infinite potential that lies dormant within you. For you see, my friends, your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. The circumstances of your life, the events that unfold around you, the very fabric of your reality, all of these are projections of your own consciousness. Let us pause for a moment and truly contemplate this revolutionary idea. Can you grasp the magnitude of what I am saying? Your mind, your consciousness, is not merely observing reality. Every thought, every belief, every assumption you hold is shaping the world you experience. This is why it is crucial, absolutely vital, that you learn to focus your mind, to direct your consciousness with purpose and intention. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, if my mind is creating my reality, why is my life not exactly as I wish it to be? My friends, this is where the true work begins. You see, most people go through life in a state of unconsciousness. Their minds are filled with doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs. And these mental states manifest as the very limitations they fear. But I am here to tell you that it doesn't have to be this way. You have the power to consciously create your reality, to shape your world according to your deepest desires. And the key to this power lies in your ability to focus, to conquer your mind. So, how do we begin this grand endeavor? How do we take control of our minds and, by extension, all reality? The first step, my dear friends, is to become aware of your thoughts, your mental habits, your deeply held beliefs. For you cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Begin by observing your inner dialogue. What stories do you tell yourself about who you are, what you're capable of, and what's possible for you? Are these stories empowering or limiting? Do they align with the reality you wish to create, or do they reinforce the very circumstances you wish to change? This awareness is the foundation of all change. For once you become conscious of your thoughts, you gain the power to choose new thoughts. And remember, my friends, thoughts are things. They're the building blocks of your reality. Choose them wisely. Once you have cultivated this awareness, the next step is to deliberately choose thoughts and mental images that align with your desires. This is where the true art of focus comes into play. You must learn to hold in your mind's eye a clear, vivid image of your desire fulfilled. You must learn to experience in your imagination the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of accomplishment that would be yours if your desire were already realized. This, my friends, is the secret of effective prayer. For prayer is not a pleading with some external power. It is not a beseeching of a distant deity. No, true prayer is the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is the deliberate assumption of the state of consciousness you would occupy if your desire were already a fact in your world. Let me give you an example to illustrate this principle. Suppose you desire financial abundance. The common approach would be to focus on the lack of money to worry about bills, to stress about how to make ends meet. But this focus only serves to perpetuate the very state of lack you wish to escape. Instead, I urge you to assume the feeling of wealth in your imagination. Feel the satisfaction of abundant bank accounts. Experience the joy of effortless bill payments. Live in your mind's eye the life of someone for whom financial abundance is a natural state of being. Do this with conviction, with the assurance that what you're imagining is not a mere fantasy, but a reality that is even now coming into being. You see, my friends, your imagination is not a place to escape reality. It is the very workshop in which reality is forged. What you habitually imagine, you will inevitably experience. This is why it is crucial to guard the gates of your mind, to be selective about the thoughts and images you entertain. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, this sounds like mere positive thinking. How can simply imagining something make it real? But you see, it is not mere positive thinking. It is an assumption of the reality of that which you desire. It is a complete identification with a state of consciousness that would be yours if your desire were already fulfilled. This is why I say it is time to focus, to conquer your mind. For in conquering your mind, you conquer your world. You must become the master of your inner kingdom, for it is from this kingdom that all outer circumstances arise. Let me share with you a powerful technique to aid you in this conquest. I call it the living in the end technique. Here's how it works before you go to sleep at night. Construct a scene in your imagination that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make this scene as vivid and as real as possible. Engage all your senses. See the details, hear the sounds, feel the textures, smell the scents that would be present if your desire were realized. Now, enter into this scene. Don't just observe it as a spectator, but step into it as a participant. Feel the emotions you would feel if this were your current reality. Allow yourself to experience the joy, the satisfaction, the sense of accomplishment that would be yours. As you drift off to sleep, hold this scene in your mind. Let it be the last thing you think of before you enter the sleep state. You see, my friends, in the state of sleep, your conscious mind relaxes its hold, and your subconscious mind becomes more receptive. By impressing the scene upon your subconscious just before sleep, you are planting a seed that will grow into your future reality. Repeat this process night after night, and you will begin to see changes in your outer world. For remember, your outer world must conform to your inner assumptions. As within, so without. This is the law of your being, and it is infallible. Now, I want to address a concern that often arises when I share these teachings. Some of you may be thinking, but Neville, what about action? Surely we can't just imagine things and expect them to happen without any effort on our part. Let me be clear, action is indeed a part of the manifestation process, but it is inspired action. Action that flows naturally from your new state of consciousness. when you truly assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you live in the end in your imagination, you will find yourself naturally and effortlessly taking the actions that lead to the realization of your desire. You see, once you have changed your concept of self, once you have assumed the consciousness of your wish fulfilled, your actions will automatically align with this new self concept. You will find yourself doing things, saying things, making decisions that are in harmony with the reality you have imagined. And these inspired actions will be far more effective than any forced or strained efforts could ever be. This is why I say that the most important work is done in your imagination. For when you change your inner world, your outer world must change to match it. This is the law of your being, and it is absolute. Now let us delve deeper into the nature of focus and mind conquest. You see, my dear friends, your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you habitually think are the seeds you plant in this garden. And like any garden, what grows depends entirely on what you plant and how you tend to it. If you allow your mind to be filled with thoughts of lack, limitation, and fear, these are the seeds you are planting. And inevitably, these seeds will grow into the very circumstances you dread. But if you consciously choose to plant seeds of abundance, success, joy, and fulfillment, then these are the fruits your garden will bear. This is why conquering your mind is so crucial. It is not about forcing yourself to think positive thoughts. It's about becoming the conscious gardener of your own mind. It is about choosing, with deliberate intention, the thoughts and mental images you will entertain. It is about focusing your attention on that which you wish to make manifest in your life. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Neville, how can I maintain this focus? How can I keep my mind fixed on my desire when the current reality seems so different? This, my friends, is where the true test of your faith comes in. For you must have faith not in some external power, but in the power of your own imagination. You must understand that what you see in your outer world is nothing more than a shadow, the reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. It has no power to create your future unless you give it that power through your attention and belief. Your true power lies in your ability to imagine and feel a new reality into being. So when your current circumstances seem to contradict your desired state, do not be dismayed. Instead, turn within. Close your physical eyes to the seeming reality of the outer world and open your inner eye to the reality you wish to experience. Feel of it, live it, know it to be true in the depths of your being. So I tell you truly, what you can imagine and feel is real. You can manifest it in your outer world. This, my dear friends, is the essence of focus. It is not about straining or struggling. It is about choosing where to place your attention, where to direct the power of your consciousness. And as you practice this art of focused imagination, you will find that it becomes easier and more natural. You will discover that you have the power to shift your state of consciousness at will, to assume any state you desire. Now let us speak of persistence, for it is a crucial element in this work of focusing and conquering the mind. You see, my friends, the beliefs and thought patterns that have shaped your current reality are deeply ingrained. They have been reinforced over years, perhaps even lifetimes. They will not be changed overnight. But do not let this discourage you. For every time you choose to focus on your desire, every time you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are weakening the old patterns and strengthening the new. You are literally reshaping the landscape of your mind and, by extension, the fabric of your reality. Think of it like carving a new path through a dense forest. The first time you walk this path, it may be difficult. You may encounter resistance, obstacles. But with each passing, the path becomes clearer, easier to traverse, and eventually becomes the natural way, the path of least resistance. So too with your mind. At first, holding the focus on your desire may feel challenging. The old thoughts, the old beliefs may try to reassert themselves. But with persistence, with faithful attention to the reality you wish to create, the new path becomes established. The new state of consciousness becomes your natural state of being. This is why I urge you to persist in your imaginal acts. Do not be discouraged if you do not see immediate results in your outer world. Remember, you are working at the causal level of reality. The outer world must reshape itself to match your inner assumptions, and this may take time in your physical experience. But I assure you, the law is infallible. What you persist in imagining and feeling as real must and will become your reality. This is not wishful thinking, my friends. This is the very law by which the universe operates. Now let us address another aspect of conquering the mind, the management of your emotional states. You see, my dear friends, your emotions are incredibly powerful. They are the fuel that gives life and power to your thoughts and imaginal acts. When you combine a clear mental image with a corresponding emotion, you create a potent force for manifestation. This is why it's not enough to simply visualize your desire. You must feel it. You must experience the emotion that would be yours if your desire were already fulfilled. If you desire wealth, feel the security, the freedom, the joy that wealth would bring. If you desire a loving relationship, feel the love, the companionship, the deep connection in every fiber of your being. If you desire perfect health, feel the vitality, the strength, the well-being coursing through your body. These emotions, combined with your mental images, create what I call feeling tones. And it is these feeling tones that shape your reality. For the universe responds not to your words or even your conscious thoughts, but to the sum total of your mental and emotional states. This is why conquering your mind also means mastering your emotions. It means cultivating the ability to generate and sustain the emotional states that correspond to your desires. And this, my friends, is a skill that can be developed with practice. One powerful technique for this is what I call living from the end. This involves not just imagining your desire is fulfilled, but actually living your day as if it were already a reality. Make decisions, interact with others, and carry yourself in a manner consistent with the person who already has what you desire. If you're seeking a promotion at work, carry yourself with the confidence and authority of someone in that higher position. If you're manifesting improved health, move and act with the vitality and energy of a perfectly healthy person. If you're calling in your ideal partner, interact with others with the joy and openness of someone who is deeply in love. By doing this, you are not just imagining a new reality, you are embodying it. You are bringing it into being through your very way of being in the world. And as you do this, you will find that your outer world begins to shift and change to match this new state of consciousness. Now, I want to address a question that often arises when I share these teachings. Many ask, but Neville, what about other people? Can we use these techniques to change others or to make specific individuals act in certain ways? My friends, let me be clear on this point. The purpose of this work is not to control or manipulate others. It is to transform yourself, to realize the divine power within you. When you change yourself, when you assume a new state of consciousness, you will find that others naturally respond to you differently. You see, everyone in your world is yourself pushed out. They are reflections of your own consciousness. So, when you change your concept of yourself, when you assume a new state of being, the people in your world must change in their behavior towards you. Not because you are controlling them, but because they are responding to the new you. This is why I say that there is no one to change but self. There is no one to command but self. For when you conquer your own mind, when you assume the consciousness of your wish fulfilled, the entire world reshapes itself to match your new self-concept. This understanding liberates you from the need to try to change others. It frees you from the frustration of attempting to manipulate external circumstances. Instead, it empowers you to focus on the one thing you have complete control over, your own state of consciousness. Now let us delve deeper into the mechanics of this process. How exactly does a change in your consciousness create change in your outer world? To understand this, we must explore the nature of time and the structure of reality itself. You see, my dear friends, time as you typically perceive it as a linear progression from past to present to future is an illusion. In truth, all time exists simultaneously. The past, present, and future are all occurring now, in this eternal moment of creation. What you perceive as the future is simply a state of consciousness that you have not yet assumed. And what you think of as the past is a state you have moved out of. But all states exist now, and you have the power to select and occupy any state you choose. This is why I often say that creation is finished. All possible states of being already exist. Your job is not to create these states, but to select and occupy them through the power of your imagination and feeling. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, when you occupy the state of consciousness of your desire realized, you are not creating something new. You are selecting and making real in your experience a state that already exists in the infinite sea of consciousness. This is why your imaginal acts are so powerful. When you imagine and feel your desire as real, you are literally stepping into that reality. You are aligning your consciousness with a version of reality where your desire is already fulfilled. And here's the truly miraculous part. Once you align your consciousness with this desired state, once you truly occupy it in your imagination and feeling, the outer world must reshape itself to match this inner reality. This is not magic or wishful thinking. It is the law of your being, as real, as reliable as the law of gravity. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, this sounds too good to be true. Surely it can't be this simple. And to this, I say yes, it is that simple. But simple does not mean easy. It requires a complete revolution in your thinking, a total transformation of your concept of reality and your place in it. You must be willing to let go of your old beliefs about the nature of reality. You must be willing to release your attachment to current circumstances. You must be brave enough to imagine and feel a new reality into being, even when your senses tell you otherwise. This is why I say it's time to focus, to conquer your mind. For in this conquest lies your freedom, your power, your ability to shape your world according to your desire. As we draw our discussion to a close, I want to leave you with a final thought. The work we've explored today, this art of focused imagination, this conquest of the mind, is not just about manifesting your desires. It is about awakening to your true nature. It is about realizing the divine power that resides within you. You see, my dear friends, you are not separate from the creative power of the universe. You are that power, individualized. Your imagination is not just a faculty of your mind. It is the very creative power of God operating in and through you. When you imagine, you are performing the divine act of creation. So, as you go forth from here, I urge you to claim this power. Use it wisely and lovingly. Remember that your mind is the garden in which the seeds of your future are planted. Tend it carefully. Focus your attention on that which you wish to make manifest. Conquer the doubts, the fears, the limiting beliefs that have held you back. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and watch as your world transforms to match your inner state. And above all, persist. For in your persistence lies your power. The world may not change overnight, but I promise you this, as you maintain your focus, as you faithfully occupy the state of your wish fulfilled, your outer world must and will conform to your inner assumption. This is the law, and it cannot fail. Go now and create consciously, for the time has come to focus, to conquer your mind, and in so doing, to conquer your world. Let me ask you something that might shake your entire worldview. What if you've been approaching success completely backward? What if, instead of working to become victorious, you simply needed to assume the feeling of victory now? You see, most people live their entire lives waiting to feel victorious. They say, when I achieve this goal, then I'll feel like a winner. But I tell you this, you must feel like a winner first, and then the achievements will naturally follow. Consider this. Every great achievement in history began with someone who acted as though they had already won before any physical evidence existed. They carried themselves with the confidence of victory, while others saw only defeat. Let me share something profound with you about the nature of victory. Victory isn't an event, it's a state of consciousness. When you truly grasp this, your entire world will transform. You see, most people are waiting for circumstances to make them feel victorious. But I tell you this, circumstances don't create your feelings. Your feelings create circumstances. Think about how you carry yourself when you know you've won something. There's a certain swagger in your step, a gleam in your eye, a confidence in your voice. This is the state you must adopt now, before any external evidence exists. Most of you sit here tonight thinking about your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. But I tell you this, as long as you see these things as future achievements, they will remain in the future. You must live from the end. Consider what happens when you truly adopt the attitude of someone who has already won. Your entire world must reshape itself to match this new self-concept. This is law. Let me share with you what happens in consciousness when you assume the feeling of victory. Your entire being shifts. Your posture changes. Your voice carries new authority. Your decisions come from a place of confidence rather than fear. Let me tell you something profound about this victorious attitude. When you truly embody it, you're not pretending. You're claiming your natural state. Victory is not something foreign to you. It's your inherent nature. You see, most people approach life from a position of hoping to win. But I tell you this, hope is just another form of doubt. When you know you've already won, there's no need for hope, because certainty has replaced it. Consider how differently you move through the world when you know the game is already won. You don't stress about small setbacks. You don't worry about temporary obstacles. You move with the calm confidence of someone who knows the final outcome. Let me share with you what happens when you maintain this victorious consciousness consistently. People begin responding to you differently. Opportunities seemingly appear out of nowhere. Doors that were closed suddenly open. Most of you have been taught to wait for victory to feel victorious. But I tell you this, that's exactly backward. You must feel victorious first, and then victory will manifest in your world. You see, this attitude of victory isn't about arrogance or ego. It's about aligning yourself with your true nature. When you act like you've already won, you're simply acknowledging what's already true in consciousness. Think about how you breathe when you're victorious. It's deep, it's confident, it's relaxed. This is how you should be breathing right now, regardless of current circumstances. Let me tell you about the transformation that occurs when you maintain this state. Your decisions change because you're no longer operating from a place of fear or lack. You make choices as someone who knows they cannot fail. Most of you sit here tonight thinking about past failures, current struggles, and future uncertainties. But I tell you this, all these are irrelevant when you adopt the consciousness of victory. Consider this: every time you doubt, every time you worry, every time you fear, you're denying your victorious nature. You're choosing to act from a consciousness of defeat rather than victory. Let me share with you what happens in the depths of your being when you truly embrace this victorious attitude. Your entire nervous system begins to operate differently. Your body language changes automatically. Your voice carries a new resonance. You see, most people are waiting for something external to give them permission to feel victorious. But I tell you this, the only permission you need is your own decision to embody victory now. Consider what happens when you walk into a room knowing you've already won. Not hoping, not wishing, not planning to win, but knowing with absolute certainty that victory is already yours. The entire atmosphere changes. Let me tell you about the subtle shift that occurs in your relationships when you maintain this victorious consciousness. People begin treating you according to your own self-concept. They respond not to your words, but to the victory you radiate. Most of you have spent years rehearsing defeat in your mind, imagining worst-case scenarios, preparing for failure. But I tell you this, every time you do this, you're denying your victorious nature. You see, this attitude of victory transforms even the smallest actions of your day. When you know you've already won, even the way you sit, your morning coffee changes. Everything becomes an expression of victory. Think about how you make decisions when you know you cannot fail. You move with boldness, with certainty, with absolute conviction. This is how you should be moving through every moment of your life. Let me share with you what happens when this victorious consciousness becomes your natural state. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" Because failure becomes impossible in your consciousness. You only see paths to victory. Most of you have been conditioned to believe that victory must be earned through struggle and hardship. But I tell you, this victory is your natural state. The struggle comes from resisting this truth. Consider how your entire world must reshape itself when you maintain this consciousness consistently. Everything that doesn't align with your victorious nature must fall away. When you truly embody victory, you're not just changing your mindset, you're altering the very fabric of your reality. You see, most people spend their lives preparing for victory, planning for victory, hoping for victory. But I tell you this, all of that preparation is useless if you don't assume the feeling of victory now. Consider what happens when you wake up each morning already feeling victorious. Your morning routine becomes a victory lap, not a preparation for battle. Your breakfast isn't fuel for the fight. It's a celebration of success. Let me tell you about the transformation that occurs in your work when you maintain this consciousness. Tasks that once seemed daunting become opportunities to express your victorious nature. Challenges become stages for your triumph. Most of you have been taught that confidence comes after achievement. But I tell you this achievement comes after confidence. When you act like you've already won, success becomes inevitable. You see, this victorious attitude completely transforms how you handle setbacks. When you know you've already won, obstacles become merely temporary illusions, stepping stones to your already secured victory. Think about how differently you approach problems when you know the solution is guaranteed. The stress dissolves, the anxiety vanishes. All that remains is the calm certainty of inevitable success. Let me share with you what happens when you maintain this state consistently. Your entire being begins to radiate victory. People feel it when you enter a room. Opportunities are naturally drawn to you. Most of you sit here tonight thinking about all the things you need to do to become victorious. But I tell you this, victory isn't something you become, it's something you express right now. Consider this, every time you postpone feeling victorious until some future achievement, you're pushing victory away. Victory must be claimed in the present moment. Let me share with you a deeper truth about this victorious attitude that will revolutionize your understanding. When you act like you've already won, you're not pretending you're aligning with an existing reality in consciousness. You see, most people approach victory as something distant, something to be achieved through struggle and effort. But I tell you this, victory exists right now in your consciousness, waiting to be recognized and expressed. Consider what happens in your financial world when you maintain this victorious consciousness. Money ceases to be something you chase and becomes something naturally drawn to your victorious state. Success becomes your natural expression. Let me tell you about the transformation that occurs in your physical energy when you embody this attitude. Fatigue disappears because you're no longer fighting against life. You're flowing with your natural victorious state. Most of you have been taught that victory requires sacrifice, struggle, and pain. But I tell you this, those are just stories you've accepted. Victory is your natural state, requiring no struggle at all. You see, this victorious attitude completely transforms your relationship with time. When you know you've already won, you stop rushing. You move with the confident pace of someone who knows their triumph is secure. Think about how you breathe when you know you've already won. It's deep, relaxed, confident. This is your natural breath when you're aligned with victory. Adopt this breath now. Let me share with you what happens when this victorious consciousness becomes your default state. Your dreams no longer seem distant or impossible. They become natural expressions of your victorious nature. Most of you sit here tonight wanting to know the exact steps to victory. But I tell you this, there are no steps to what you already are. There is only recognition and expression. Consider this, every time you doubt yourself, every time you feel uncertain, you're temporarily forgetting your victorious nature. These moments of doubt are simply opportunities to reclaim your true state. Let me reveal to you something profound about acting victorious that most will never grasp. When you embody victory in every moment, you're not just changing your behavior. You're awakening to your true identity. You see, most people treat victory like a distant destination, something to reach after long journeys of effort. But I tell you this, victory is your starting point, not your destination. You begin from victory, not journey toward it. Consider what happens in your mind when you truly grasp this truth. The endless chatter of doubt falls silent. The constant questioning of, am I good enough, disappears. All that remains is the quiet confidence of victory. Let me tell you about the shift that occurs in your physical presence when you maintain this consciousness. Your posture naturally straightens. Your movements become more graceful. Your entire being radiates an unmistakable authority. Most of you have spent years trying to overcome fear, doubt, and insecurity. But I tell you this, you don't overcome these things. You simply outgrow them by maintaining the consciousness of victory. You see, this victorious attitude transforms every interaction in your life. When you know you've already won, conversations change. Meetings change. Relationships change. Everything must align with your victorious nature. Think about how you make decisions when you know success is guaranteed. There's no hesitation, no second guessing, no fear of consequences. This is your natural state of being. Let me share with you what happens when you maintain the state consistently. Your entire world begins to mirror your victorious consciousness. Opportunities that once seemed impossible become natural occurrences. Most of you live constantly preparing for future success, future victory, future achievement. But I tell you this, as long as you place victory in the future, that's where it will remain. Consider this. Every moment you spend doubting your victory is a moment spent denying your true nature, your victory itself, expressing itself through your unique form. Let me share with you a truth so profound, it will transform your entire approach to life. When you act victorious, you're not just putting on a show. You're tuning into the frequency of your natural state. You see, most people spend their lives reacting to circumstances, letting external events determine their inner state. But I tell you this, when you maintain the consciousness of victory, circumstances must conform to your inner state. Consider what happens to your creative abilities when you operate from this victorious consciousness. Ideas flow effortlessly. Solutions appear spontaneously. Innovation becomes your natural expression. Let me tell you about the transformation that occurs in your sleep when you maintain this victorious state. Your rest becomes deeper, more rejuvenating, because you're no longer battling with doubt and uncertainty. Most of you have been taught to be realistic about your expectations. But I tell you this, what's realistic to the victorious consciousness far exceeds what's realistic to the consciousness of limitation. You see, this victorious attitude completely revolutionizes how you handle challenges. When you know you've already won, obstacles become opportunities to demonstrate your mastery. Think about how you speak when you know victory is certain. Your words carry authority. Your voice resonates with conviction. And your communication inspires confidence in others. Let me share with you what happens when this victorious consciousness becomes your constant companion. Your very presence becomes a catalyst for positive change in others. Your victory inspires their victory. Most of you sit here tonight thinking about all the reasons why victory might not be possible. But I tell you this, those reasons exist only in a consciousness that has forgotten its true nature. Consider this, every time you embrace limitation, every time you accept defeat, you're choosing to temporarily forget who you really are. Victory is not something you achieve, it's something you remember. Let me reveal to you something about victory that will forever change how you approach every moment of your life. When you act victorious, you're not just changing your behavior, you're acknowledging your innermost truth. You see, most people chase success like hungry wolves chasing prey. But I tell you this, when you embody victory, success chases you. It becomes the natural expression of your being. Consider what happens in your body when you maintain this victorious consciousness. Your immune system strengthens. Your energy increases. Your entire physical being aligns with this elevated state. Let me tell you about the transformation that occurs in your daily habits when you live from this state. Activities that once felt like obligations become celebrations of your victory. Work becomes play. Challenges become adventures. Most of you have been programmed to believe that confidence must come after achievement. But I tell you this, achievement is merely the outer confirmation of the victory you've already claimed in consciousness. You see, this victorious attitude completely transforms your perception of time. Past failures lose their sting because you realize they were simply stepping stones to your current victory. Think about how you walk when you know you're victorious. Your stride lengthens. Your steps become purposeful. Your entire movement expresses the certainty of success. Let me share with you what happens when this victorious consciousness becomes your moment-to-moment reality. Synchronicities increase. Favorable circumstances multiply. Life itself seems to conspire for your success. Most of you have spent years building defenses against failure. But I tell you this, when you maintain the consciousness of victory, there's nothing to defend against. Victory is your natural state. Consider this: every anxious thought, every worried moment, every fearful anticipation is simply a temporary forgetting of your victorious nature. Return to victory now. Let me share with you the final and most crucial understanding about victory that will complete your transformation. When you maintain the consciousness of victory, you're not becoming something new. You're returning to your original state. You see, most people spend their lives seeking validation from the outer world. But I tell you this, all validation, all confirmation, all proof of your victory must first be established in consciousness. Consider what happens when you move through your entire day from this victorious state. Meetings become opportunities to express your mastery. Challenges become platforms for demonstrating your power. Every moment becomes a celebration of victory. Let me tell you about the final piece of this transformation. When you truly grasp that you've already won, all struggle ceases, all fighting ends, all resistance dissolves. What remains is pure, effortless expression of victory. From this moment forward, I want you to make this sacred commitment to yourself. Promise that you will never again act from a consciousness of defeat. Promise that you will maintain this victorious attitude regardless of appearances. You see, this is the moment where everything changes. This is where you stop seeking victory and start expressing it. This is where you cease struggling to become victorious and simply be victory itself. Think about tomorrow morning when you wake up. Will you rise as the same person who started listening to this message? Or will you rise as victory itself, ready to express your true nature? Let me share with you this final truth. There is no power that can defeat you except your own acceptance of defeat. When you maintain the consciousness of victory, the entire universe must rearrange itself to match your conviction. This is your moment. This is your victory. This is your true nature pressing itself through you. Rise up now, not as someone seeking victory, but as victory itself. Move forward, not as someone hoping to win, but as someone who's already won. Live not as someone becoming victorious, but as victory personified. For in this recognition lies your freedom. In this understanding lies your power. In this knowing lies everything you have ever desired. Go forth now with the absolute certainty that victory is not your destination. It is your starting point. It is not your goal, it is your nature. It is not your future, it is your eternal now. Let every breath you take be a breath of victory. Let every step you take be a step of triumph. Let every word you speak be a declaration of success for you and victory itself expressing itself through your unique form. You have always been victory. You will always be victory. This is your final understanding. This is your ultimate truth. This is your eternal knowing you are victory itself. And so it is. Rise now and live from this truth. The world is waiting for your victory to express itself. The end is where we begin, for victory was never something to achieve. It was always something to express. Express it now. Express it always. This is your victory. This is your moment. This is your truth now and always. Victory is yours.